Here at SOS Global, we developed a workshop relating to teenage pregnancy. This came about once we were provided with the statistics about young people having underage sex and the amount of teenage pregnancies that were happening here in the southwest. We wanted to develop the workshop to try and take young people away from the idealistic view that they may have and show them the realistic consequences of their actions. And this may be the implications legally, socially and emotionally of not only having a child but the stigma of having underage sex. We also look at why they feel like they may need to have underage sex. We look at the peer pressure. We look at have young people actually had sex when they're saying that they have. We found out many young people will say that they have had sex just to make themselves feel like part of a group. And sometimes that peer pressure will have a knock-on effect to others, so they will actually go out and have sex, thinking that everybody else in their group has, whereas really they haven't. And the label that comes along with that afterwards can have a devastating lifelong effect. We show the realistic consequences of actually having a child. At any age, we show the financial impact, what can happen to your wages throughout the ages of 0 to 18. And a lot of our young people are quite shocked with quite how expensive children are. In SOS, we don't like to go in wagging our fingers and telling people not to do things. So we will never go into a classroom and say you should never have sex. This is an unrealistic point of view. Sex is a natural progression through life. However, we need to highlight to the young people that they don't need to rush into it. They don't need to feel pressurised into it. And normally most people that are bragging about having sex haven't actually done it themselves. So as well as looking at the stigmatism and maybe the social and emotional impact this could have on the young people and their families and their friends, we also look at other issues that may arise through having unprotected sex. We go through the various sexually transmitted infections that could happen if you have unprotected sex. And we always find from the students they're quite shocked. And we have had feedback from some young people saying that they're never going to have sex because they don't want to catch anything. We do explain also how to have safe sex, and we will signpost individuals to specific areas, testing centres, and how they can get themselves checked just to keep themselves safe. We show them that this is not something that they should be embarrassed about. It is safer to go and get a test and make sure you are healthy than it is to maybe live with a medical STI that as you grow and if you ignore will lead to future complications if you would like children in the future. Obviously, our main aim of this workshop is not to deter young people from ever having sex, not to deter them from ever having children, and not to deter them from ever getting in a healthy relationship and enjoying time with their partner and their families. Our main aim for this workshop is to promote safe sexual practices in the future.